All right, my friends, it is Wednesday, September 27th of the year 2023. You know what that means? It is time for Material Issues. And this is episode number 122. I'm Mark Hershberger of Pop Detective Records here in slightly sunny South Jersey, early evening. But good afternoon to my very good friend and president of the International Pop Overthrow Festival, Mr. David Bash. Good afternoon, David. How you feeling, my friend?
Good afternoon, Mark. To be honest, I've been having chest pains lately. I'm pretty sure they're anxiety related because that happens to me, unfortunately. As I've had two heart attacks, I always have to be concerned when I have chest pains. Like, uh, is is this a sign of an oncoming heart attack? Am I actually having one? But I really don't think that's the case now. I think
Did you have any ketchup potato chips today?
no, that's what I need. If I had those, the pain would go away. You finally figured out my problem. It's ketchup
Problem
potato chip
solved.
withdrawal. Oh my god!
I'll send you a bill for that
Yeah,
medical advice.
because when
But
I was in Canada, I didn't have any chest pains, and I
see,
was eating tons of those chips.
you're
It
gonna have
has to
to
be.
get on that automatic delivery of ketchup chips out of Canada. They'll drop them off weekly. You'll feel fine, man. Yeah. The problem is your body's in shock right now. It hasn't had ketchup potato chips in
It's
how
true.
long?
I hadn't thought of that. Dr. Hershberger, thank you.
It's withdrawal. They thought the OxyContin withdrawal was bad, but try withdrawing from ketchup potato chips. You know?
Yeah, everyone never do that.
That's so good.
Don't You got to taper off.
You gotta taper off. Yeah. You gotta do like ketchup, then you gotta have like watered down ketchup, and then you work your way into just plain potato chips. Oh, what else is new, man? But we hope you feel a little bit better. Just kind of,
Thank you.
you get through it. It's a
I'm
wonderful
sure I
night
will.
here on Material Issues, and maybe tonight because I know what the anxiety is from. You've never actually gone head to head in a trivia style contest here on Material Issues with somebody that could have a chance well, it's not really stumping the bash, but somebody's going to get bashed tonight. Is Bash going to get bashed, or is our guest going to get bashed? So somebody I get to yell at, you've been bashed, and that's what's going to happen
Well,
tonight.
we
So I
could
think,
bring
well,
we could bring our good evening, Andy.
Andy, hello.
11:03 in the UK.
Wow.
Thank you for checking in.
Gotta love that
Um,
Andy stays up, and everybody from checks in from overseas stays up and hangs
well,
out with us. It's wonderful.
Andy's a partier. Yeah, Andy's a player.
He's
No,
a
don't
player.
tell his wife that.
No,
Andy's
but
out on the prowl
I
for
think I think
ketchup
that's
potato
the
chips.
that's the
Um,
source of your anxiety. I think, yeah. You don't know what's coming up tonight. This is going to be big. Yeah.
well, uh, to help alleviate it, why don't we bring our said contestant challenger on right now?
Yeah, he's
Uh,
been a multi-time guest and co-host, and you know, he's a good friend of the channel. So bring him on.
yeah, I hadn't really worked out an intro for him, but you all know who he is anyway. Esteemed pop music journalist, author of books on the Beatles, on power pop, in which he never mentioned Kiss. How he, I don't know how he resisted, but they're not in there. Um, and of course, musician, drummer for several different bands these days, and certainly one of my best friends in life. So it's my pleasure to give a huge material issues welcome to Mr. John Borack.
And there he is.
Oh, hello, gentlemen. What a heartwarming welcome. Thank you, David. That was
Wasn't that
very, very
something?
kind. I have a feeling I'm about to be fed to the lions here with this trivia thing, but
No, I've pretty much weighted the scales in your favor. I think I'm going to make David work harder tonight than
Yeah,
he's ever
just like
worked
you did
before.
with Jackie Fox. You asked Jackie Fox question like this junk dealer on a popular TV show in the 70s, and you asked me things like on episode number 5 of Rowan and Martin's Laughing, what color was Dan Rowan's shirt? You know, that's what
that was blue. It was blue.
It was Jackie Fox. That's
Yeah.
all I have to say, you know?
Yeah. She was the runaway winner that day, wasn't she?
Yeah.
she was.
Sorry.
What kind of fuck? Who's saying that?
Yeah, this would normally be something where David would say, "Thank you, John Borack," but you can't. It can't be you unless you're secretly typing.
Yeah, no, that's not me. It looks like it's Steve Murdoch. I guess I must know Steve Murdoch, or maybe I've pissed off Steve Murdoch at some point in my life. But hi, Steve. It's good to see you.
Oh, that's who said that's. I have to say though, I love the word fuckery. I always have.
Yeah, that's where I buy all my fucks, out of fuckery.
Yeah, you don't hear that too often in everyday conversation anymore.
No.
You know?
And you really should.
You should.
Yeah. I wanted to tell a few people to go fuckery themselves lately, but I've held back.
So, yeah,
I know you, Steve. I know you're joking.
I was only joking, to quote Rod Stewart.
Oh yes, that's right.
I wanted to.
Should I talk about some new releases?
Yeah, as long as you keep it clean. And no.
What? Are you serious?
And no fuckery.
Keep it clean. What kind of a show you think we're running here?
He knows what kind of a show you're running. That's why he asked you to keep it clean.
No, I mean I don't get it.
Shoot.
Let's talk about a few here. Yeah. All right. So, who am I, Jordan? So here's one that's coming out that I think is really cool. And John, you may have heard this one. The Reinhardts, I guess it's just Reinhardts. Name of the album is Full Bloom. It's coming out soon on Cool Cat Music.
Oh, nice.
Excellent band. I believe they're from Perth. I know they're from Australia, but I think they're from Perth. And I think they have some involvement with Dom Mariani. Maybe he produced it. I don't know. He did. Oh, okay. And yeah, this is slowly but surely becoming one of my favorite releases of the year.
It's great.
Pardon?
It's great.
Oh, it just got the John Borack endorsement as well. But here's a track from it.
Perth Amboy.
Here's a track from it called Goodness, the first track on the album.
I got it, Mark.
Thank you.
Louder?
No, it's good. I hear it fine.
Dry desert when a voice called out to me. She said, what are you doing? Yeah, you're missing all the action on this elevator to
Hey, Carrie.
You scared the goodness out of me. 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 You scared the goodness out of me.
Anyway, you get the idea. And one of the things I love about this album is they resurrect the lost art of repeating the hook, which I don't understand why today's bands don't do that very often. But
yeah.
What's
the name of that band?
In the refrain of that song and many of the others, you'll just continue to hear the hook over and over, as Tommy Mottola first quoted. And I think it's an important thing, and especially with all the songs that we have, that we all listen to now, it becomes so hard to remember stuff, even if it's really good. You don't necessarily remember it, but when people repeat the hook, You're never going to forget it. That's going to stick in your head forever. So I really love the fact that the Reinhardts do that. And, it's also just a really cool power pop album. And Dom Mariani is going to be our guest on Material Issues on October 25th/26th, because it will be the 26th for him in Perth. He's a huge favorite of John's, I know, and of mine. And we're certainly going to look forward to that.
I can tell you about the time I almost played drums with Dom Mariani. I think it was at IPO in Chicago.
Oh.
It was going to be at IPO in Chicago, and then 9/11 happened, and he decided he didn't want to fly. And I tried to talk him out of that decision. I said, look, people are flying every day. It's completely safe. Nothing's going to happen. He said, look, I have a family. I can't take any chances. I couldn't argue with that, So unfortunately, it didn't happen. Mitch Easter was going to come up and play in his band as well. None of it happened. John would have played drums. Yeah, it's such a shame that that never came to pass.
20 years ago. That's amazing. It's been
I know, crazy, right?
Wow.
That would have been the first IPO Chicago also. That's when it did happen, but that's when it would have happened, when Dom would have played. And
I think I was there the next year when Off Broadway played that amazing show. That was pretty cool.
That's still one of my favorite. Maybe it's still my favorite IPO show ever. We had, Off Broadway. None of us had seen them, and we really hadn't talked much about them for a while. And then they come back and they do this amazing show. Everybody in the crowd was like mouth agape. Nobody could believe how good they were.
Means even more now that Cliff has passed away. Amazing to get the chance to see him in his element.
Yeah, he was a character.
Oh yeah.
Cliff Johnson, not the catcher DH for the New York Yankees. Yeah, why didn't I have him on my team?
Not the one who. Well, you also didn't have the guy he fought in the shower, Rich Gossage.
Yes, I did.
Ooh.
Oh, you did.
Well, I called him Goose, but yeah, I have.
Oh well, yeah, I met Goose Gossage once, and he shook my hand, and my hand disappeared because his was so big. It was amazing.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, very nice man.
Who wore the nickname better, Goose Gossage or Goose Goslin?
I wasn't around to see Goose Goslin.
It's funny you mentioned Goose Goslin because he's on my Stratomatic team right now. We're replaying the 1934 season, and he's having a hell of a year.
Nice.
I think he did have a hell of a year in real life.
So if you have Goose Goslin and Goose Gossage, does that mean you have geese?
Yes. Yeah, you have geese on your team.
If you could have Geese Osby, the Harlem Globetrotter.
I'm rereading The Glory of Their Times and just read the whole chapter that Harry Hooper did, which when you think of amazing outfielders that most
true,
people
but not one of the better Hall of Fame selections.
Well, I mean,
he was a very, very good player for a long
different
time.
era, yeah,
no
different
Hall
era.
of Famer.
He's no Rabbit Moranville, that's for sure.
He's no Rabbit Moranville. But see,
but it's only been the Hall of Very Good since Baines was elected. Yeah, sure. There are people who don't know a damn thing about baseball history.
Well, let's get back to the Pirate conundrum. Is Dave Parker a Hall of Famer?
Oh, now we're doing this. I think so. Yeah, I think he is. He did piss off a few people, and there were those drug rumors about him. Yeah, see, there you go.
Andy's a big baseball fan. That was Andy.
Those who?
Andy Hartley mentioned baseball. Next week we'll talk about cricket, Andy. When I'm not.
Cricket.
Wait, that was Andy.
It was
normally
Andy.
His name shows up.
Well, it showed up on my. It just showed up on my Facebook feed.
Weird. Okay.
But anyway.
All right. Well, we digress. We can talk about baseball later, but let's talk about
some more music. I've got a great new power pop band out of Paris. I want everybody to know about. They're popping up right here. They're really good.
Oh. That just screams power pop, doesn't it? Or power pop.
Power pop. Power poop. I saw that today online. I couldn't resist
All
it.
I have to say to that is Sacre Bleu. I don't know what that means, but that's what Jean Lafitte, or John Lafitte, the pirate on the Captain Crunch commercials.
I think with Kiss, it's more Sucre Blue. But,
Yeah.
I have a new release I've been listening to. I was listening to it at work today. It's pretty darn good. You guys may have seen this.
Oh,
don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I love the artwork though.
It's a picture of Ronnie Barnett on the cover. It's
actually who is this band, International Pop Overthrow?
But no, I was listening to disc 1. I haven't made it past disc 1 yet, but some of my favorites on here, I have to say, are the Parlophonics and Tyler Graham. Those 2 songs are great.
No, Tyler, I'll have to let Tyler know that. He's a really nice guy. He celebrated his birthday at IPO Vancouver the last couple of years, as did I. Funny enough.
Cool.
But, cool. I'm glad.
Yeah. This just came in the mail today from
what is
Teensville. That's the new Come Laughing Home.
I need to get that one.
Yeah.
What is that? I can't see it.
It's a melodic pop confectionaries from the UK, 1966 to 1972. It's Teensville, the Australian.
Oh, those guys are great.
Those comps are always awesome.
It's a great comp. I listened to it just once the other day, yesterday, walking the Ches, but not a whole lot of names you'll recognize it. But of course,
no, that's the idea.
Teensville puts out.
Where'd you order it from?
Right from them directly.
From them, yeah.
Mark, is walking the Ches a euphemism for something, or is that actually?
No, it's just it's just David excuses himself to let the pool guy in.
I must be really fast.
I'm walking Ches,
walking the Ches. All right. That was the original title of the Rufus Thomas song. It wasn't Walking the Dog. It was Walking
the Ches. Yeah, Walking the Ches. But yeah, no, it's a good comp. That just came in. And you know what? The thing is, I can order something from Trenton, New Jersey. It'll take 2 weeks to get here. I can order something from Australia, and it takes 3 days.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I don't understand that. I don't understand how it can happen.
Especially to you. I mean, we're much closer.
To
Australia, and 3 days is pretty amazing. All right, well, I've got some more stuff. Rock and Roll Hall of Famers. That's right, the Tearaways. I knew that was gonna. I said it exactly at the time you were drinking for a reason. The Tearaways are the Don Sutton of Rock and Roll Hall of Famers. They're there because they've done it well for a long time. Maybe they've never been power pop superstars, but they have had a long and fruitful career, and it's not over yet. And for our next trick is their new album, and it is a really nice harmony fest. John, I really think you're going to like this one.
I like the Tearaways a lot. I was just teasing with the choking on my liquid death I'm drinking here. No, I like the Tearaways, and you actually inadvertently said Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Which is actually funnier than Power Pop Hall of Fame, but I don't think.
Well, we could talk about Jan Wenner too.
I don't think they belong in either one, but they're a really good band and super nice guys, and I'm sure I'll enjoy the new record if I hear it.
Like I said, just really good for a really long time. That's why I put them in, not because they were ever in the upper echelon with like 2 super albums. Right. They just had like 10 very good albums.
So does Jack Morris belong in the Hall of Fame?
Who?
Does Jack Morris belong in the Baseball Hall of Fame?
No, he does not.
Then why do the Tearaways belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Anyway, we'll discuss this later.
Well, Tearaways don't belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame either, but they do belong in the Power Pop Hall of Fame. Anyway, this is a really, really good harmony fest, and it's with the lineup that had put out most of their albums before John Ferreter joined, and then tragically, at the age of 59, passed away. So this is the earlier lineup, which does emphasize more of the harmonies. Greg Ballet and Finn and David Heckhouse. Real amazing 3-part harmony. It was produced by Ed Stasium as well. It's a nice name.
Yeah, Ed Stasium, yeah.
Hotel California.
Spaz, go home. You're drunk.
Is that Spaz?
Yes. He's 2/3. He's 2/3 right. 2020 doesn't belong on that list.
Tell that to Mike Gallo right now, who seems to be bitter about everything. Poor man.
No, not Mike Gallo. No. Anyway,
brand new one by Teenage Fan Club called "Nothing Lasts Forever."
Oh, how is that? I have not.
It's mellower than you might expect, but also just a really gorgeous album. Also filled with a lot of harmonies, but you would expect that from Teenage Fan Club. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just a really, really consistently good, mellow disc by them. And,
see, I thought they'd been a little too mellow their last couple of releases, so I'm not sure if I'd enjoy this one.
It may not be for you, but it's just really pretty stuff. And I think the songs are stronger on this one actually than some of the last few. So we'll see what people think. But in case you didn't know, and you're a fanny, as they say, you now know that they have an album that just came out on Friday. So check that out.
You know, while you're going to your next one, I have a question. The next time you talk to the Tearaways, David, or any Tearaway, or Mark Platt, who I think is their manager or
he is,
the world or something. Anyway, I was looking on Spotify trying to add some Tearaway songs to my Spotify playlist, and Jessica Something is not on there.
Whoa.
Million Tearaway songs on there, and that one is not, and that's their best song, I think.
Is the Poptopia compilation on there? Where you
I don't know, but that song is not on there. I don't know. Song I couldn't find it on.
Oh, I see. So I got it. So even if which would mean that the Poptopia compilation is not on there because
I haven't really checked, but I couldn't find the song listed under the Tearaways.
That's really strange. And
since you have some pull with the band, since you put them in the Power Pop Hall of Fame, tell them to get that damn song on Spotify for me and for everyone.
I can't imagine
good of all humanity.
I can't imagine that they've left it off on purpose. There's bound to be a reason, to quote Shoes.
You know what? But you ever notice with Spotify though, sometimes it's a little tricky where you can, if you search in a different avenue or different wording or something, all of a sudden it does come up, and it's or you'll look at a band and like 90% of their discography's there, but you're missing something. But
I don't know. I tried Jessica Something, and I kept getting all these Jennifer Lopez releases, and I don't know. I don't know what happened.
But it's interesting though, because I on Netflix I've been watching this series Painkiller, which is all about the OxyContin, doctors and the company. It's a very Matthew Broderick does a great job in this series, but a lot of the background music was really cool, and I wanted to find. It's all over Spotify already. I mean, I don't know how old that series is, but you type in Painkiller soundtrack, you got everything, and you've got even all like just the instrumental mood music that you'd have no idea who's doing it. Some guy named Matt Morton.
Ed Norton.
Ed Norton. But Spotify can be great, but it can also be confusing.
I'm looking on Spotify right now. I'm not paying attention to you guys.
Yeah,
I'm riveted by your every word. Trust me.
Because there's fuckery going on.
But there's some Spotify fuckery going on because there's a lot of stuff here. There is a Poptopia Power Pop Classics of the 70s, 80s, and 90s playlist. But not only is Jessica Something not on here, some of the songs are actually grayed out, like Love is for Lovers by the DBs, Holly and the Italians, Girl of My Dreams by Bram Tchaikovsky, Baby It's Cold Outside by Pez Band, and The Real Crime, if you're a Spotify user, which I know David's not, but I am.
Yes, I am. I love Spotify.
Then I was wrong.
I just won't put the IPO CDs on them, but
there are no Plimsolls songs on Spotify unless
really?
they are live versions. Nothing by the Plimsolls.
Wow.
Yeah, it sucks. Anyway.
Interesting.
Dave, the Monkey Man is watching. Hello, Dave.
Who is?
Oh,
Dave
Dave, the
Boogeyman's
Boogeyman.
watching.
Dave the
Dave.
Boogeyman.
Hey, Boogeyman and Spaz. All we need is Mike Lidskin. I'd feel like I was in Texas again.
New album by Frederick Julius. You might remember him. Big Spaz, by the way, if he's on, I know he's a huge fan, and I imagine he already has this, but very Beach Boys-ish, as you might expect. And that's kind of his stock and trade, and not different on this one. Matt Geiler is his real name, and he's actually also a stand-up comedian, but that has nothing to do with his music. Just a really fine disc of more like Brian Wilson, I'd say, than the full Beach Boys, because it's not a really, really lavish production. It's a little mellower than that, but there's certainly harmonies, and there's certainly the trademark Brian Wilson sound. So yeah, I would recommend it to anybody who's into that sound. It's called Lonely Boy, not the Andrew Gold song, but something he wrote.
Speaking of Texas, he played IPO Arlington last year, right? Frederick Julius.
Did he play on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he did come down for that one.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
come
he's
down.
Right. He's been at a few of them, including
Yeah, he was
LA
there.
and Chicago.
And you mentioned Spaz, in case anyone doesn't know him by his real name, we're talking about Steve Schnee, the world famous YouTuber and music fan.
Yeah.
He actually, I believe he has heard Frederick's new record, because I saw that on one of his latest SoundCloud shows, he put a track from that new album on there.
No, I would imagine you would have to have it. And yeah, I'm not calling Spaz. I'm not calling him that. Oh, there you go.
See, that's what I just said.
Pretty much.
Yeah. For those watching, I'm not calling him Spaz as a put down. That was the name he went by when I met him in the early 90s.
Yeah.
I was listening to this is
He also calls
Ski
him
last night.
Sweetie sometimes. But
Pardon me?
he calls him Sweetie sometimes too. You and I.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bunny
Bun.
cool. No.
Bunny, like Ralph called Alice.
Mark, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
He didn't mean
No,
to be
no.
mean.
No, I was listening to this is Ski Lodge last night as Steve's live replay of his show. That's always a lot of fun. There's always a lot of people commenting, having a great time.
He does a great job with those shows.
Those shows are fantastic. And he pulls out songs that, really hit home to you, but you haven't listened to them in a million years. You're like, I got to go dig that out. And it's been great. It's been, I really love what he does with that. It's a
brand new album by Dave Cope and the Sass. It's called Songs of Sea and Ships. And you might be wondering, you might be asking yourself, damn, didn't he put out an album a few months ago? And the answer is yes, he did. So what's with a new one so soon? This one is not power pop at all. Dave is known for straight ahead power pop with really great hooks. This is a Baroque album. So it's all
doesn't play in your CD player.
Huh?
You better put it back together again.
Oh, Baroque. Got
it. John and I were laughing before you got that whole sentence out.
It's because, dad jokes and we're both dads. So there you go.
That's right. Oh, shoot.
Going for Baroque is my favorite Invisible Men song. I'm doing that for Spaz because I know he loves that band. Anyway, Songs of just a really pretty album, but not power pop in the least. But if you're into that sound that sounds like the word broke, you'll really love this one.
Why has there never been a comp called "If It Ain't Baroque, Don't Fix It"?
Yeah.
There really needs to be.
Yeah.
Well, here's the one I always wanted: a comp of Man and Wild stuff. Calling, I now pronounce you Man and Wild, and I don't know why nobody's ever done that. It's like, yeah, it's right there for the taking.
It's got to be better than that Tommy Keene compilation from several years ago. The title, "Tommy Keene, You Hear Me."
Yeah, that's awful.
Boy, that's
awful.
It's a great comp, and rest in peace, Tommy, because I loved him, but the title was boy.
Just like, and you may have read this article too. Back in I want to say 76, maybe early 77. I think it was in Cream magazine. Play that funky music, Dwight Boy, about Dwight Twilly. And I mean, I know why they did it, but like, he's not funky in the least. I mean, oh, here.
Yeah. Well, now now we're getting.
I mean,
we're getting back into the Redskins, the Braves.
From now on, let me know because I will.
I do believe it's pronounced Spaze.
What is
Spaz with
the name or the derogatory term?
Or does it has the umlaut? It has the umlaut over the A.
It has an umlaut. It's pronounced Space.
It's Swedish. It's spaz. Spaz.
Oh, why do we go down these roads? I don't
know.
One last new.
It's all fun till someone loses an eye. Yeah.
A couple more new releases and then a few reissues that are fun.
Nice.
You may remember this band. Well, both of you may. The Blood Rush Hour. One of the guys in the band is from right near you, Mark. But the main guy is from the UK. It's called Sanity Fair. That's the name of the new album. And Robert DiStefano is the main guy. And there's a little help from Willie Dowling of Jackdaw 4. And
they've got some new stuff coming out right now too.
Not Willie.
Willie. What's the band? Jackdaw 4, or is it Zunder? I think.
His latest band. Why am I forgetting the name?
Yeah, I'm just drawing a blank. The Dowling Pool.
Dowling Pool. Thank you.
Yeah, I just heard it.
I'm really looking forward to that. Well, if you heard their first album, you won't be surprised by this one. It's also very quirky, very kind of 10cc, Super Tramp. So it's got that 70s influence, and goes really all in all kinds of different directions. It's one of those albums that just, a lot of different chord changes, tempo changes, shifts all over the place. So, it's not your classic, verse, chorus kind of thing, but it's really cool. Yeah. Yeah, Willie Dowling's great. They did play Dowling Pool did play IPO in London one time.
Wasn't there a show called Father Dowling's Mysteries or something?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
But Willie wasn't in that, was he?
Who played? No. Who did play Father Dowling?
I don't
know. Merlin Olsen was Father Murphy. That's right.
Oh, Father Murphy, yeah. And then he had the guys from Shoes, John and Jeff. Never mind.
Yeah, he's their Uncle Merlin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who played the dad on Please Don't Eat the Daisies? I'm forgetting.
Mark Miller.
That's it. Okay.
Who I think Please Don't Eat the Daisies is the oldest show on which every main character is still alive. Unless Mark Miller or Patricia Crowley passed away. Oh, Tom Bosley was Father Dowling. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
There you go.
Wait, the oldest show which every character is still alive?
Yeah.
What, you mean Ozzy and Harriet died?
I'm afraid
Really?
so.
Oh, I'm upset. Really? Please don't.
I haven't been online lately.
As of course, has Ricky.
Oh well, yeah. I knew that.
That was pretty tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
One more new release.
Back to music.
This one is vinyl only. If I can, where do we? Oh, here we go.
Beat So Lonely. What?
The new record by Diamond Hands called Cookie. Vinyl only, as far as I know. Of course, I know, John, you're a big fan of these guys. So John and Joel, and of course, John's dad, Andrew, really nice guy.
Great guy.
Although he's not on the record, but it's John Flynn, Joel Tyler Wall, with, people helping them out. I see Wyatt Blair is on here. From Second Saturday.
Is his brother Paul on there too?
No, I'm afraid not. But I do have a song by Diamond Hands.
Because his other brother Tony wouldn't let him.
Right.
Yeah, right. It's this one's called Fruit Trees, and check this out. Oops.
Fruit trees
Reminds me of the Millennium a bit, actually.
Let your light shine down. Let your light shine down. Let your light shine down. It's like a movie. I've seen it a million times. If you don't believe me, I can recite every line. Remember all the time.
Really nice stuff that they always do. You can always depend on Diamond Hands to put out a good record. So yeah, vinyl only. You can get it on Bandcamp. That's where I got mine. And you know, the cool thing is when you buy a vinyl album on Bandcamp, you get a free download. So if you're one of the old school guys like me who still listen to CDs in the car, you get the download, make a CDR, and there you go.
He's selling these CDRs out of the back of his trunk.
Bootleg Dave, that's right.
Bootleg Dave is what they call him.
5 is being sold out of the trunk of his car as we speak.
Bootleg Dave.
Here's a couple of new box sets on Cherry Red, or one of their subsidiaries anyway. Into Tomorrow, The Spirit of Mod, 1983 to 2000. This one actually is just on Cherry Red. And, you know, it's all these UK bands from the early 80s into the 90s who did that sort of mod pop sound. So you're going to hear harmonies up the yin yang on this one. Some favorites like the Direct Hits and Squire, The Nerve. Style Council actually starts it off. I'm surprised they were able to get one of those, but they did. You know, there's some band here called the Redskins. I guess they have to change their name.
Yeah.
If it's the spirit of mod, is B. Arthur and the Mason the rap tracks?
This is a
no Adrian Barbeau either. No. The boys on here.
Cousin Anton, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of very
days.
obscure bands as well. A lot of people I haven't heard of. So I would recommend this. This is a really fun listen. Into Tomorrow, The Spirit of Mod, 1983 to 2000. I'm not sure. Here's the thing, and I've said this before. Dusty Groove in Chicago. I don't know how they do it, but they have a pipeline to Cherry Red, and they get their releases like 2 weeks before their official release date. And it's wonderful because I just end up buying them there, and get them early. Here's another one. All God's Children, songs from the British Jesus rock revolution, 1967 to 1974. And yes, somebody is doing a cover of Jesus is Just All Right, but it's all songs like that. It's all rock songs about, you know, in some way about Jesus. And it's, you know, it's early 70s stuff. So it's really, really good.
So it was too early to have the church or the Catholic girls on there then.
Or Jeremy Morris, for that matter.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Jeremy. I'm sorry.
So to speak.
Oh, yeah. Lord. Oh, now we're going down.
The Lords of the New Church?
I can't stop. Yeah, Lords of the New Church.
But you got some really cool bands on here, like Lindisfarne, Unicorn, Manfred Mann.
The Christians.
Richard Thompson. The Hollies are on here. They do
wow.
Jesus. Their version of Jesus Was a Crossmaker. Straub's, Clifford T. Ward, Fairport Convention, Roy Wood with Songs of Praise, which is a great song from his Boulders album. Al Stewart, and all kinds of people like that. So it's I don't know if you're in. Oh, were they? All right. See, yeah, that's why we need somebody from the UK here. Some of these groups would probably not be obscure to you, but Andy, but they certainly are to me. like I've never heard. Well, we'll go back to that. Who do I not know here? I don't know the Moment. I don't know the Kick, the Rage, the All Jacks. Let's see who else. The Revs, Mother Earth, the Buzz, the Acrylic, Good Child, These Animal Men, Manta Ray. There's tons of them. I have no idea who they are, but I like what I hear. I can tell you that.
Sounds very holy.
No, this one's not the holy one. I'm talking about Into Tomorrow now. Not all God's.
Oh, not Jesus. Sorry.
Yeah, not just my muscles, not Jesus. That's from Ball 4, people. Let's see. Here's somebody that my friend from Oregon, Paul Ellis, turned me on to. Lewis Taylor, who's normally kind of a white soul guy, but this album called the Lost Album, which was just reissued on vinyl, or I should say issued on vinyl for the first time. This is a complete soft pop album. It came out of nowhere, but it's something I guess he wanted to do. And let me see if I have it queued up here. Here's a song from it. A lot of his songs have instrumental intros, so I'm going to start from right before the vocals. It's called Hide Your Heart Away. Oops. Hold on. What are you doing here? I know. True. Yeah, pretty cool. Got to thank Nelson Bragg for posting about the album. I had no idea it would come out on vinyl. I'd like to teach a listen. Nice.
That was Greg Hickel referring to my Hamina shirt, which is
I like it.
What I plan on saying if I don't know the answers to these questions, Mark's going to ask him the trivia. I'll say hamina.
No, I'm sure I'm going to say Ed Norton.
Funny thing is, 8 of the answers are actually hamina, so you're gonna do pretty well tonight.
Yeah,
Hamina and me are pretty good company.
Yeah, kudos to both of you for the cool T-shirts. So
Hamina grits.
Mark's got the White Album T-shirt.
Yes. I love it. It's just
which is better than those plain white T-shirts people post on Facebook as White Album shirts. Hey, Gary.
Hey,
Gary, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, no, I was telling John earlier that this was cool. Whatever company I got this a while ago, but whatever order you were, that's the number you got. So I was actually order number 5, so I got number 5. They were numbering them sequentially, so it was kind of cool.
The first score went to John, Paul, George, and Pete.
Yeah, John, Paul, George, and bingo.
Yeah.
It's good.
And let two people important to us on some level passed on within the last week. One was one of the main forces behind the association, Terry Kirkman.
Yeah.
If he had never written anything except everything that touches you, he still would have been, iconic. But he also wrote "Cherish" and a bunch of other songs for the band. And I got to know him a little bit. I'd spoken to him about coming on Material Issues, but he was just starting to get ill around that time, and it never happened. And now, unfortunately, he's gone. But what an amazing talent he was. And by all accounts, a really good guy.
Yeah.
And also, speaking of good guys, somebody who, like, unanimously, I don't think there's anyone who would disagree that this man was just one of the nicest people around. Orioles third baseman, Hall of Famer Brooks Robinson passed away yesterday at the age of 86. And if you're a baseball fan, the thing you probably remember most about him were those plays in the 1970 World Series,
Yeah.
which were amazing, especially the one Lee May hit, where Brooks had to go way into foul territory to get it. And thankfully, it was on artificial turf. But nevertheless, to be able to throw even a guy like Lee May, who was no speed demon, to be able to throw him out was still incredibly impressive.
He's still actually trying to get to first base.
Yeah, he's
all these
still
years
running.
later. He's still running.
Lee May had all the grace and speed of a wounded moose.
Yeah, but I don't know that any other third baseman makes that play.
There was actually a fan in left field that threw him out from the bleachers when he hit a home run.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Brooks killed the Reds in 70.
That's one of the reasons why I'm wearing the cap. Yes.
And that was vindication because I think he went like 1 for 21 or something in the 69 World Series. He would have gone 2 for 21 if Ron Swoboda hadn't made that amazing catch. Oh no, that was a sacrifice fly. So still would have been 1 for 20. Well, anyway, he would have been 2 for 22, I guess. But yeah,
I had forgotten.
He had a really awful World Series that, of course, the Orioles lost. And then in 70, at the plate and in the field, he was amazing.
I had forgotten he was the American League MVP in '64.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
You know, I
16 Gold Gloves.
Yep.
And I remember
consecutive too, which is amazing.
I remember when he was eligible for in 1983 for the Hall. Our good friend Grossberg said, "Oh, he's not going to make it first ballot." I said, "Are you serious?" The guy won 16 Gold Gloves. I don't care what his batting average was. They're going to vote for him, and of course.
Andy's a Brooks Robinson fan. I can tell by his emojis he's posting here.
Oh yeah,
the crying, laughing, thumbs up, and shrug. Like, what the hell are you guys talking about?
Well, yeah.
Sorry, Andy.
Andy, if you want to lament the death of any football player who you were a fan of, by all means. I'm talking about soccer friends, but.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, that is why I'm wearing the Orioles hat in memory of Brooks Robinson, and also because the Orioles are going to the playoffs, and also to rub it into David since he's a Yankees fan. And
hey, you know what? I hope the Orioles go all the way.
Me too.
So
Orioles Dodgers World Series, just like 1966.
Oh, there you go.
And you're hoping for the same outcome.
Not exactly. No. I'd be happy with either team winning.
No.
Anyway, let's talk about something more heartily friendly.
Heartily friendly, yeah, indeed. Where are we gonna go? You want to play a little trivia tonight?
Sure.
You know, we can put this up, and we can
stump the bash, stump the bash, stump the bash, stump the bash.
Is that you singing, Mark?
Yes, it is. You don't see it because I'm behind the logo there, but I'm actually singing "Stump the Bash," which is pretty wonderful.
It's almost in tune.
Here's what's going to happen tonight. Now, I did tell David to get a notebook with a pen and something that you can write an answer down. I need you to do the same, John. You need
you told David ahead of time.
We need separate pages for each answer.
Well, just some way that whenever you hold your answer up, I can see where you if you want to scratch out the old ones and just write the new one, which is fine. But we have to hold the answers up when I say ready, reveal, because you can't copy each other. It's a little easy to do that.
This isn't particularly a speed test. This is
not a speed test, but I'm going to keep it moving along, so I can't have you sit there thinking all night long. But what we're calling this You've Been Bashed. So either Mr. Borack will be bashed or the actual David Bash himself will be bashed. But what's going to happen is it's an interesting concept. I'm going to give you the name, the title of the A and B side of the single. You're going to know what the singles are. For the first part, if you tell me the exact, you write down the exact artist name, get it right from the 45, you get a point. Second part of the question is if you can tell me what label it is on, you get a point.
I'm dead already.
Hold on. But the third part of the question is if you can tell me within 5 positions what it peaked at for the year, you get a point.
For the year.
For the year.
During the year, what the absolute peak was.
In other words, what his highest position in any week.
So if the highest chart position it ever made was number 20, if you tell me 23, you got the point because you're within 5. If you're lucky enough to hit it exactly on the peak position, you get 3 points for that one. So there is a total of 5 points available per question. We've got 15 questions. Every one of these singles comes from 1972.
Artist, label, and chart position.
Right. We'll cover them all as we go here. So what I'm going to ask you is I'm going to give you, first question will be, I'm going to give you the single, A and B side. And when I say, okay, reveal, you're going to hold up the artist name. Okay.
Oh, okay. We're doing this one at a time. All right. Got it.
We're just going to do it one at a time. And to keep score, we've got the handy David and John score right here.
That's pretty high-tech stuff you got, Mark.
It is high-tech, right? You can't really see the model who's going to be writing everything down. She asked not to be seen on camera. See? Pretty nice. All right, let's give this a shot. You've been bashed. Question number 1. Here is the single. I'd like to teach the world to sing, backed with Boomtown. Who is the artist? When you're both ready, I'm going to say reveal. Reveal. We've got the new seekers and the new seekers. All right, 1 point for David, 1 point for John. For 1 point, what is the label this was on from the new seekers? What is the label?
I don't know, but I'm going to guess.
Currently, the score is 1-1. Are we ready? Please reveal.
I'm ready to guess. Sure.
Capital, and David has Electra. David has the point. For 1, it is Electra. David up 2-1. And finally, for a point, or if you hit it exactly, 3 points, what was the peak position that I'd like to teach the world to sing back with Boomtown made it on the chart? What did it peak at? You got to be within 5 to get the point. And reveal. David said, what, 9? And John said 4. It peaked at 7, so you both grab a point. So after round 1, David 3, John 2. It's an exciting close match already.
I'm all tingly.
All tingly?
Yeah, I'm all tingly.
Number look, according to Billboard at Cashbox, we've already got this is Billboard. So if you're playing along, don't get upset if it's Cashbox. Okay. Single number 2 is Tightrope, back with This Masquerade. Who did Tightrope backed with This Masquerade? When they're both looking at the camera, we will ask them to reveal. Go ahead. What do we got? We got Leon Russell and Leon Russell, both good for a point. But what label?
Oh, shit.
What label was Tightrope the Masquerade on? Tough one. It's still 4-3. But David looks confident. I mean, he is staring at the camera.
I'm not confident, but I'm going to guess again.
All right, reveal. What label we got? We have MGM, and Leon Russell was indeed on Shelter.
Oh, I should have known that. Wow.
David with a 5-3 lead after 2 rounds. We go to number 3. This single, Starting All Over Again. Back
Wait a
with.
minute, you didn't mention.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, peak chart position. Oh, sorry. What was the peak chart position for Tightrope the Masquerade?
This Masquerade, right?
This Masquerade. Yeah, This Masquerade peaked at what? to become within 5. Reveal. John's got 12, David's got 10, but nobody hit it exactly at 11, but you both get the point.
That's great.
Peaked at 11. I'm just waiting for somebody. See, like if John had gotten that exactly, he would have made it closer. It's 6-4. All right. Single number 3. Starting all over again, backed with It Hurts to Want It So Bad. David knows that song.
Oh, man. I know the song. I don't know the sing.
Starting all over again, It Hurts to Want It So Bad.
Oh,
Who is the artist?
I don't know the artist. I know the song.
You want a clue?
No, it wouldn't be fair.
All right, and reveal. Edward Norton. Well, David pulls one with Mel and Tim. It was Mel and Tim.
I was going to say Ott and McCarver. The only you would get that.
You would have gotten it. All right, David pulls out to a 7-4 lead. What label was Starting All Over Again on? What was the label? Mel and Tim. It Hurts to Want It So Bad. Starting All Over Again, Mel and Tim. And reveal. David said what? Stacks and fantasy. David is right with stacks. But here's where it could all change because what was the peak chart position? This is almost like rolling the dice because if you get the peak chart position, you could pick up 3 points right here. Reveal. John with 18, David with 10. John gets a point because the peak was number 19. Ooh. So David is far away from 5. Mr. Borack picks up a point. That makes the
score
really
only 19, huh? Okay.
Makes the score 8-5. We go on to single number 4 for the year of 1972. It's I Believe in Music, backed with Someone.
Oh, shit.
I Believe in Music, backed with Someone.
Oh, man. Because 2 bands did this, but okay.
All right, and reveal. Gallery and Gallery, both with 1 point. Keeps things tight. But what was the label? I Believe in Music, Someone by Gallery. What label was it on?
Can I phone a friend?
You can phone all the friends you want.
If I phone a friend, it would be David, so that wouldn't help me, would it?
Wouldn't that be? I would like to see that live on air. Yeah, hello, yeah, John. Hello. Yeah, this is.
I'm here in the cash cab with Mark Hershberger.
Oh shoot!
I forgot.
I did too. I'm gonna guess.
I think I did.
All right.
Currently, all right. Reveal. We've got. What did you say, John? Coliseum. And you said Buddha. No, it was on the Sussex label.
Oh yeah,
Sussex label.
I knew it was 2 S's. Believe it or not. No, I did. Wow. I was guessing Coliseum.
Totally. I love it.
But all right, it's 3 S's, so I was wrong.
That's 3 S's. Yeah. What was the what did it peak at? What was the chart position it peaked at?
All right.
Right now the score is 9-6. If John hits it and David does not, we could have a tie ball game all of a sudden. And just, it's that turn of the quarter. All right, reveal. John says 14. David at 23. David picks up the point. It peaked at number 22.
Ah.
So
damn.
John did not come in within 5. So the score after 4 singles is David 10, John 6. We go to single number 5. Vincent, backed with Castles in the Air. They both seem to be confident with this answer.
It's Denny's brother.
And reveal. Don McLean, 1 point each. That was an easy one. But what label is Vincent? They both seem to know what label this is. When I see the heads go down in the...
I wrote it confidently.
You wrote it confidently.
I know what it is, but I wrote it confidently.
And reveal. United Artists, 1 point apiece. Nobody picks it up. But what did it peak at for the year?
And this was Vincent?
This was Vincent. This is, well, I mean,
what did at any point during the year?
Peaked at the highest chart position it made during the year. And reveal. John went with 14. David went with 9. You're both within 5, but it peaked at 12. So you
Right in the
both
middle.
picked up a point. Right now, it is 13-9. Still anybody's ball game as we go on to single number 6. Speak to the Sky, backed with why? We're not stumping them on the artist.
Well, certainly not on this one. No.
I know. And reveal. Rick Springfield. We both pick up a point. And of course, what's the label?
Hey, he's my friend.
Oh boy.
Rick Springfield. Speak to the Sky. What label?
This is wrong, but it's my guess because I can't remember.
And reveal. Columbia and Capitol. David pulls ahead with Capitol 15-10. And
I knew it had a C in it. I'm just kidding.
It had a C in it. Oh, you've been good with S's and C's. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah. I don't know.
What was the highest chart position it reached in 1972 within 5?
I know this.
This is going to be a 3-pointer. He's so
Because,
confident.
well, a lot of my favorite songs of that year finished at this number.
I hope you're right. And
Hey,
reveal.
wait,
But
what
I'm
do
not-
you mean you hope he's right? Who are you pulling for here? You're supposed
I don't
to
know.
be,
I don't want to be.
supposed
I
to
don't
be
want him to.
impartial. Come on.
I don't want him to question my answers, but that's why I hope he's right. John's got 11. David hits it on the mark with 14, picks up 3 points. John does get a point for coming within 5. So
How many of these are there, Mark?
There's 15.
500.
15?
There's 500. Right now, the score stands at 18-11. We go to single number 7. This is Stay With Me, backed by Debris. Stay With Me and Debris. Both confident, both looking at me. Go ahead. What do you got? Faces and Faces, 1 point apiece. What label was Stay With Me on? David's a label guy. He knows this. He can tell. I can tell. They're both confident. Show me what you got. Warner Brothers, 1 point apiece. What was the highest chart position?
Jesus.
Right now it's 20-13. John can make some ground up here if he nails this one. What do we got? John said 19. David said 15. Neither of you score a point as it reached number 6 at its highest
Really?
point in the.
Wow.
Holy shit. I didn't think it did anything like that. Wow.
One of my favorite songs of that year, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Love it. Love that song.
It's a great track. All right now it stands at David 20, John 13. But it could all turn quickly.
I'm just one touchdown away, Mark.
1 touchdown away. That's all he is. All right, single number 8 is Corner of the Sky, backed with To Know. Corner of the Sky. It's a little bit of a different single. David confident. What do we got? NFC. NFC was close. The Jackson 5 for a point, David. Yes, Corner of the Sky. Do we have any idea what label it might be on?
Wait, you're not going to ask me what NFC stands for?
National Football.
Football. Of course we know that.
No freaking clue is what I was thinking.
No fuckery clue.
Well, that too.
David
Label is what we're
The
doing.
label.
Now?
Yep, label. We're on label. What do you got, John?
Oh,
Show
wait,
me.
David.
Yep, David's got it. Reveal. Motown. Everybody knows Motown. Point for both sides. And what was the peak chart position for Corner of the Sky?
Never heard it.
Excuse me while I kiss this guy. Reveal.
I've never heard it, so I'm going to go high.
24 for Mr. Borack, 19 for David. You both get a point. It came in at number 18. Oh, wait. I mean, Borack did not get a point. He was 6 away. Sorry. Mr. Bash picks up the point. All right, let's move on to single number 9. It's One of Those Nights, quotes or brackets, Yes Love, backed with One Night Stand. Couple easy points here. Couple easy points.
No.
No.
It's one of those nights.
Yes, love.
Oh.
Back with one.
Well, thanks, Mark. I like you too.
One night stand.
Yeah,
brackets. Yes, love. There we go. What you got? Barbara Billy's. The Partridge Family is right.
wow.
Yeah, I can't believe John didn't get the Partridge
I
Family.
don't know that song. I've never heard it.
Yes, love. I can't sing it. All right. What label is a Partridge Family? One of those nights. Yes, love. One night stand. I think you both probably know this one easy enough. Reveal. Bell. It's 1 point each. David's got one. John's got one up to 15. But where did it peak?
Oh,
What number did this one climb
this is
to?
not a big hit.
What number did it climb to? This is like playing roulette. And reveal. Mr. Borack said 27. Mr. Bash said 40. Neither of you get a point as it climbed to number 20.
Oh, really?
It made number 20 in
Didn't think it was that big.
1972 for about 3 hours and then quickly fell off the charts.
Yeah, apparently.
All right, the score stands at David 25, John 15. It's kind of a runaway, but we've still got some time.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate that.
Single number 10. We've got to get it on again, backed with You Make It All Worthwhile.
Oh,
okay. I think I know.
We've got to get it on again, backed with You Make It All Worthwhile. Who is the artist?
this is an educated guess.
1972, and reveal. Chase and the Adrisi brothers, Mr. Bash,
Yeah.
for a point.
Yeah.
Chase did Get It On, and it was the year before. So you were close.
What label was We've Got to Get It
What were they on?
On again, and You Make It All Worthwhile, the Adrisi brothers?
I think, but I could be wrong on this.
Pretty straight up label. All right, what you got? We've got Warner Brothers and we got Elektra. It was Columbia. Nobody picks up a point there.
All right.
Let's see if John can come through with 3 if he hits the highest chart position this track made.
I know. I'm pretty sure I can't, but
hey, you're the only one who's gotten 3 points on chart position so far
because
today.
you picked 14, and
I random.
At the end of the game, I'll tell you which songs were 14 for the year.
All right, what do we got? Reveal. What's the chart position? John says 31. David says 22. David gets the point. It came in at number 25. You were off by 1 point there, John. All right,
we're coming down by 1 point twice.
Yeah.
We're coming down to the home stretch. Single number 11, Ain't Understanding Mellow, backed with Windy City Soul. And I'm going to need the exact artist name. Ain't Understanding Mellow, backed with Windy City Soul. I see the wheels turning in John's head. Is this an AFC? And reveal.
It's a guess again.
I don't know. And the Shy Lights, no, it was Jerry Butler and Brenda Lee Eager. Ain't Understanding Mellow. If we don't know that, we may not know the label.
I don't even think I ever heard that song.
Ain't understanding why you included that song in this.
Anybody know the label?
Give a guess. That I know who it is, maybe.
Maybe. Current scores 27-15, 27. It's a high scoring affair, a lot of offense.
Yeah, don't say runaway again.
It's not a runaway. All right, what label do we think it is? We've got Brunswick and David with Mercury. David with Mercury and a point. That is correct. What is the highest chart position it made? Ain't Understanding Mellow, Jerry Butler and Brenda Lee Eager. What chart position do you think it did? And reveal. David says 31. John at 33. Nobody gets a point as it finished at our highest chart position 21. Made 21.
I don't think I ever heard it.
Who's
Again,
Brenda
maybe-
Lee Eager? Is that Brenda Lee and she was excited to record
She
the
was
song?
eager. There is Brenda Lee ... eager. But all right, single number 12. Kiss an Angel Good Morning, backed with No One Could Ever Take Me From You. Kiss an Angel Good Morning, because no one could ever take me from you. I think it all
I can
runs
tell you
together.
what, this guy in Spring. Well, are you done with your answer?
No, maybe.
This guy in Spring Training got a base hit off of Jim Palmer.
There you go.
Okay, well, I already wrote this down. So
All right, reveal.
unless Marilee Rush got a single off Jim Palmer, I probably have the wrong answer.
Charlie Pride is correct. David gets the point.
Yeah, one of the best soul singers of the 70s.
Charlie Pride, Kiss an Angel Good
His brother
Morning. What?
Curtis was a pretty good player for a little while.
Who?
Curtis, his brother, Charlie's brother, Curtis.
Oh,
Pride.
yeah.
What label was Kiss an Angel Good Morning by Charlie Pride on?
What label was he in?
Charlie Pride is not in my wheelhouse, needless to say.
That's a great track, though.
Like the last 7 or 8 songs you've
Kiss an Angel Good Morning. I still can't believe you didn't get the Partridge Family track.
I've never heard it.
Really, wow.
You never had the greatest hits on 8-track like that.
I have the greatest hits, but I've never heard that song.
Well, you'll be
what
revisiting
label
it tonight as you toss and turn in bed all night over missing that one song.
I'm going to guess this one again, but
All right, well, guesses are fine.
Yeah, guesses are good. I've been doing it for about 12
That's
minutes.
right.
15 minutes now.
What do we got? Who thinks they know what the label is? Monument and Elektra. It was RCA.
Oh.
Nobody.
I almost said that, but then I thought it must be that's Charlie Rich, but I guess they both
Charlie
were
Rich.
on RCA.
That's Rich.
The two
RCA,
Charlies
the
were on RCA.
Radio Cemetery of America.
Except no, Charlie Rich was on Epic, so I was wrong. I got
Anyway
my
you look at
Charlies
it, you were
totally
wrong.
mixed up.
All right,
Oh.
single number 13.
Wait. The
Wait, we
number,
didn't do
the
the
place it charted.
Chart position.
Oh, I tried chart position. That's right. Yeah, we got to
What
go
was
chart position. Kiss an Angel Good Morning. Charlie Pride. What is the highest it made in the
I remember
charts?
it well.
I bet John's going to get this one right on the numbers. Here we go.
Right.
Reveal.
On the friggin' money.
John said 29. David said 15. Neither one of you will get the point. It came in at 21.
See, now I missed by one.
If I were you, I would go with 21 with all the answers from now on. Seems like that
Apparently.
one. All right.
I'm going to go with
Track-
Charlie Pride for all the answers from now on.
Charlie Pride and Andy Warhol.
Yeah.
Always,
Barbara
Trivial
Billingsley
Pursuit.
and Charlie Pride, the duet.
All right. Track number 13. Here we go. Pop That Thang. Backed with I Gotta Find Me One. Pop That Thang. THANG.
Thank you for clarifying.
I gotta be right on it. It is 29-15. Pop That Thang. Backed with I Gotta Find Me One.
See, if I had to guess, well, this isn't my answer. Kayla, you need to close the door? Yeah, sorry. My daughter's trying to do real work.
Strangely enough,
Look at the
strangely
record
enough, that's the
collections.
correct answer.
Look at the record collections we have behind us, by the way.
Isn't that
Is
something?
this not impressive?
Isn't that something? Yeah.
Pop That Thing. I think that was on the Oddities compilation that
It's
never
Thang.
came out.
It's-
But anyway,
Just
I've got my
just so
answer.
you pronounce it right, it's Thang.
Yes.
Pop
Thang.
That Thang. Yeah.
Thang.
All right. Reveal. What do we got? David says, what's that say? James Brown. It was the Isley Brothers.
Ah,
Pop That
I
Thang.
totally forgot.
Oh. I thought you said Pop That Thing. Sorry.
See, I was trying to enunciate, but you weren't listening.
That's
all
that's one of my favorite Beatles songs. You know, the one George Harrison wrote, Something.
Some
I
Thang.
love
Yeah.
that one.
Would have changed the course of pop history had he done it that way. Yeah. If either one of you get the label, I'll be impressed.
Isley Brothers.
Isley Brothers. David probably knows it.
They may, no.
See again,
1972.
the David favoritism here.
Yeah, it
David
is a little
probably-
bit.
Oh, David probably knows. Oh, Mark.
David.
I see.
David.
I see. Sticking up for the co-host here. I'm just the
David.
guest.
David.
Oh, you ready?
Look how serious David is. He's got
I
it.
know.
All right. What do we got? What's the label? What do you say,
I
David?
think John got it, and I didn't.
Actually, John Borack with T-neck is the
I forgot
label.
they-
Why do you sound surprised? I'm not an
I
idiot.
am surprised because I am. I'm not even acting.
I forgot they
right.
switched over. Good one.
T-neck, good call, John. All right. And what did it peak at? What was the highest chart position it got to in 1972? Pop that thing.
I just wanted to hear you say it again.
It's thing. Come on, remember, it's not pop that thing. It's a whole different song.
Pop that thing.
That's the Clearasil. That's the Clearasil.
Oh.
The jingle. Remember that? Pop that thing?
No. Pop that thing. How high did it get?
How high did it get?
Okay.
All right, reveal. John says 21. What did David say?
21.
You're not going to believe this. It's not 21. It came in at 24. So you both get a point.
Look out.
I was hoping.
I get points for the label too, so I'm not as far behind as I was.
No, right now it is 30-17.
What?
Yeah, okay. 30-17.
I only get 2 points for the label, or one.
You got 1 point for the label. 1 point. Yeah, 1 point for the label.
T-neck. Come on.
Yeah,
because there's at least 4 points.
That's really good.
Yeah, it was really good though. All right, here we go. Second to last track in this. You've been bashed tonight. The single is Gone. Backed with The Road I Took to You. 1972. The single is Gone.
No, it's gone, all right.
The Road I Took to You. David does have a commanding lead, so he's not even sweating at this point. He's not worried. We are playing for John's Oreo hat.
Humana. Gone.
Gone. Just like this artist, right out of your head, it's gone.
No, it was never there in the first place.
It was never there in the first place. All right, reveal. John says James Brown.
FIIK, fuck if I know.
You'll both be disappointed to know that the artist was Joey Heatherton.
Oh.
Joey Heatherton with Gone.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
On the Naked album.
On the Naked album. We just covered that, 2 weeks ago on the show. Yeah.
Forgot. All right.
Yeah. What was the label? What label was Joey Heatherton on?
It wasn't Heathertone, was it?
Heathertone. No, it's Heatherton.
No, the label, I mean. Heathertone.
Oh, the Heathertones. It would have been better if it was Joey and the Heathertones, but
I think so.
All right, reveal. What do we got? MGM, and what did you say? Big Fish? No,
Big Tree.
MGM, Mr. Borack with a point. Closing the gap a tiny
wasn't on
bit.
Big Tree?
No, it was on MGM.
Then maybe it's not on the Naked album. Okay.
And where did it peak? Where did this single peak in 1972? All right, reveal. John says 30. David says 21. David will get the point. It peaked at number 24.
I almost said that, actually.
One away again. Story of my life.
All right, we're coming down to the very last single. Living in a House Divided. Backed with One Honest Man. Living in a House Divided, 1972. Backed with One Honest Man. You know, the total points available at maximum is 60 in this game. That would be the maximum.
What's
Are we ready? Minimum? The minimum?
I beat the minimum.
Well, we are going to find that out really soon.
I beat the minimum.
And reveal. David says the 8th day, and you say Frida Payne. Neither of you are correct. It
Glass
is
House?
It is Cher.
Oh.
Living in a House Divided. Cher. One
Frida
Honest
Payne
Man.
was close.
Frida Payne was close. Yeah,
they're both women.
I would. I'll pass the marker just over your section. I won't write anything, but it was close. Yeah. What label was Cher on with Living in a House Divided? All right, reveal. John says MCA. MCA. It was the Cap label.
Oh, she's still on Cap.
So far, nobody got any points, but let's see who can finish up strong and lucky. How high on the charts did this single make it?
MCA is the Musical Cemetery of America, by the way. That's
Musical
what the acronym was.
Cemetery
Used
of
to be known
America.
as, yes.
All right, you ready, David? What are you gonna say? Let's reveal. John at 23. What's that say, David? 27. Well, you both get a point because it peaked at number 22. So I'm sorry, Mr. Borack, you tonight have been bashed as David has picked up a, 32-19 victory. David is now 1-0 in the You've Been Bashed.
Let's do this again, but a year that would be a little closer to John's age.
1957.
No, where you would, I mean, if it's anything later than 76, I'll probably get my ass kicked. But
we can do that. We can do
why
that.
Why don't we try 77 or something?
Wait, Andy got 20, so
wow,
he did beat you by 1, John. You're getting.
Thanks, Andy. I feel better now. I appreciate that.
Come on, would somebody just chime in and say they got like 12 to make John feel?
Bash the John is what this is called. It's
well, put it this way: there were 60 available points in this game. David came out 32 out of 60.
I got
so
some
a
of
little
them.
bit better, 50%. Right, and you got some of them. I mean, I don't know what 19 out of 60 is, but you'd probably be starting.
I'm disappointed that I didn't know some of these. But
you'd probably be starting for the Yankees if you batted 19 out of 60. So that's not bad. You know, that's almost 300.
An all-star for the Yankees.
Yeah,
that's
good.
Reggie Jackson? No, he didn't make it.
But there you go. A little bit of You've Been Bashed tonight. Little nice music trivia hanging out here on Material Issues. It's always fun. Thank you, John, for being
that was fun.
Part of all this. It's something nice to do on a Wednesday night, but
or a Wednesday afternoon.
Or Wednesday afternoon. What is it? It's still only afternoon for you guys. I keep it is dark here. It's actually dark.
I see that, yeah.
It's dark here. It's a nice day. We got rain coming, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty nice.
In the dark. Billy Squire, Columbia Records, 1984. Oh wait, we're done. Now,
lucky
I'll
guesses.
Be seeing you.
I'll be seeing you. Good night, Irene. Lucky guesses on the chart position. Well, speak for yourself, Andy.
I dress abide.
That was good. Well, and speaking of things coming, what do we got going on in the future here, David?
Well, let's start with you, since you got this stellar guest for us next week.
The Ubangi Stomp. Well, yeah, next week is what's next week's date? That is October 4th. We're going to be in October already. Holy cow. Well, I know John will look forward to this one, but there it is. The Great American Baseball Card Flipping, Trading, and Bubble Gum, authored by Brendan C. Boyd and Fred Harris. Next week, we are going to have Mr. Fred Harris on the show.
Because we have no idea where Mr. Boyd is.
Brendan Boyd has disappeared. Mr. Harris hasn't heard from him in many, many years. Has no clue where he's at either. But it's a wonderful book. And here's I won't actually. I'm not going to give away some interesting things that we're going to talk about Mr. Harris and writing this book. Tune in. It's kind of cool story. But what a wonderful book if you were a baseball fan.
You didn't even really have to be a baseball fan to appreciate the book.
It's not.
It's more of a human story in a way. I mean, it's not like filled with statistics or anything like that. And it's not talking about baseball strategy. Most of the players they're talking about were, would be considered bums in the parlance of baseball.
But it's just so, the nice thing, it's such an easy read too. It's so well written. It's comical. It flows well. And again, like you said, I got it way back when because I was a baseball card collector, and that's why when I saw this, I had to pick it up. But as you said, David, you really don't have to be a collector of anything baseball cards. It's just a really good, well-written book.
My friend Richard Krause and I we tried to get as many of the cards in the book as we could.
Wow.
I don't remember if I ever completed it. Probably not. But
I'm going to ask Fred, who the hell was Kuno Berrigan, and why were you saying those terrible things about him?
You've spoken with Fred. Is he one of those guys who remembers every line of the book, or?
You know what? My take would be I don't think he would remember every line of the book. However, he has, he was just on, what did I tell you? Who was he interviewed with last week on Zoom? Saber. He was just interviewed
Oh, really?
on a Zoom interview
you
with
did tell me that, yeah.
Saber all about the book, and he loves talking about the book. It's made his life and career because he's known for that book. So I think he's talked about it enough over his life that he probably
and he would
can
glean
quote
it
a
from
lot.
context. I mean,
Right,
if
right.
somebody actually posed that question, he
Yeah.
would know it was something from the book. He could just tell.
I would think so. He's I think he's 80 years old or
Wow.
right
Wow.
around there.
Wow.
But he's I just found him to be very engaging, very, very bright, funny guy. He's looking forward to hanging out with us and talking about the book and everything in it. But you will hear some interesting things. This stuff that a couple items that he told me, I just kind of went, huh, okay.
The stuff not in the book.
Well, just how it all came about, and
okay.
as you would think, you would
Well,
think he would be a huge baseball fan.
One thing, of course, I want to know is how many of these players contacted them after the fact, and
that'd be cool.
Some of them probably did. Some of them were probably happy they were mentioned at all because they've been forgotten, and then others were probably insulted by some of the things they said. I would love to know like who contacted them and what their responses were.
Mark, maybe the week after you can get a hold of Sammy Esposito and see if he can be on.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean.
He attended Indiana U for 3 years.
Yeah.
I think there was a baseball card shop in Montvale, New Jersey, which was very, very close to the New York State border. My friend Richard, who I mentioned earlier, he and I used to go there a lot, and we would talk about the book. One day we walk in, and the owner says, "You know who just called me? Spook Jacobs." Guess he probably wanted the card that was in the book.
It's just wonderful.
That's going to be a fun show.
It's going to be a fun show. I mean, we do a lot of music things here, obviously, but this is just going to be a fun take from a
Andy,
really
you really
author,
should tune in on this one. We're not going to get bogged down with baseball stuff. It's going to be more about the players who are in the book and their foibles and all that stuff. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. So that's next week, October 4th. Fred Harris, The Great American Baseball Card Flipping, Trading, Bubblegum Book.
Followed by Reno Montoya.
Okay, name another one. I will name another one. Another guest that we're going to have the following week on October 11th.
This is going to be cool, too,
actually.
Yeah.
The author of the Trouser Press Record Guide, because for many years he was the editor-publisher of Trouser Press. He's a really great guy, and I learned a lot from that book. There were a lot of 70s and 80s albums that I hadn't heard, but based upon the reviews in there, I bought and was generally pretty happy. And yeah, he's a really good guy, and he'll have a lot to say about a lot of things. Ira Robbins on Material Issues on October 11th.
It's gonna be cool. Wow.
Yeah, that book was very informative for me in terms of first getting into kind of new wave, power pop, that sort of thing, and trying to hunt stuff down I hadn't heard before. And then I was lucky enough to actually write some entries in the final print edition of the book. And Ira's super cool guy, very, very knowledgeable, and should be fun to hear him talk.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah. And unlike some authors of books like that, Dave Marsh, Ira actually listened to the stuff that he wrote about. Well, of course, none of us will ever forget the review of Shoes in the Rolling Stone record guy saying there's nothing on here that Bread didn't do first or better. And I'm thinking, where the fuck? Oh, wait a minute. 4 wimpy guys on Elektra. Aha. Well, then Shoes must sound like Bread. So let's just do that. Why even bother listening to the music, right?
My favorite Dave Marsh review for the Rolling Stone Record Guide is when he reviewed Thriller by Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And he listed the song Billie Jean as being called Betty Jean Is Not My Lover. Wow.
Well, based upon when the book was written, he must have gotten a test pressing, and it didn't have any titles on it. So he wanted to be the first person to write about it.
Then do your research, Dave. Do your research.
He wanted to be able to brag to the whole world that he was the first person to write about Thriller. So,
wow. Brandon plays for the Phillies, doing much better than him.
Yeah.
You reap what you sowed, Mr. Marsh.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the deal with Brendan Marsh's hair?
It's long.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I mean, I've asked Phillies fans around here, like, what's the deal with that? And they don't have a clue.
It was long when it was here.
But it's
still
it's
long.
I want to become a Yankee just to see what he's going to look like.
It's not just long. It looks like it's always soaking wet.
Yeah.
I don't know what
it's that mousse, the mousse he uses.
I don't know.
I would imagine the girls love it. That's probably why he does it.
Do we like the era in baseball where there was no facial hair allowed, or are we okay with Raleigh fingers and everything he started?
None of that bothers me. I
don't care.
Grow it. You can, as it's at the quote Ball 4 about Steve Hoveley, you can grow it down to your ass for all I care.
Yeah, you can look like Mike. You can look like Mike Clevenger.
I think nobody did it better than Oscar Gamble, though.
Well,
no.
Oscar Gamble was one of my favorite players when he.
As far as the hair.
Yeah.
Oscar Gamble was really, really good when he was a left-handed. Only would start against right-handers for the Yankees.
Yeah.
He was excellent. Of course, he didn't have the afro.
One of my favorite songwriting teams, Gamble and Huff. That was Oscar and Aubrey. It was.
Could you imagine those two together? That would be interesting.
Actually,
we got.
I have an Oscar Gamble T-shirt.
Really?
Yeah, that I got somewhere, and it's the 1975 Topps baseball card where his afro is flowing out of his cap. It's hilarious.
Yeah, and as soon as he became a Yankee, Steinbrenner made him cut it, and he
Yeah.
called Steinbrenner the Yankee Clipper.
Who's the most annoying player in Major League Baseball history that choked up on the bat every time he hit?
The most annoying player. He was annoying because he choked up, or
Well, I find a lot of players that choked up in their bat just to be annoying. I don't know why that is, but
there was someone who choked up and also was chewing a wad of tobacco, and that annoyed me. But I can't remember who. Anybody know who did that?
Wasn't Ron Hunt? Was it?
Maybe.
Oh, it might have been Ron Hunt.
Ron Hunt.
I met him.
I
met Ron Hunt.
Yeah.
I met Ron Hunt. He was a friend of the parents of a guy I went to college with.
Did you meet his brother Mike?
Right. No, and they said don't talk about baseball with him. So I didn't. I treated him just like a regular guy.
See, I always thought Larry Boa was extremely annoying, the wimpy little guy that he appeared to be and always choking up. But to me, the most annoying player that always choked up was Felix Millan.
Oh yeah.
He just annoyed the crap out of me.
Didn't
just the
Vic
way
Davalillo choke up?
Vic Davalillo always choked up.
Pete
Rose. There were a number. I mean, even Barry Bonds choked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
but he
didn't seem to hurt
his power
at all. Yeah.
But no, Barry Bonds is the most annoying human being ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking Clemens is more annoying than him, even. But
Clemens is pretty annoying. I used to watch Kurt Schilling at the local bank tell little kids off that asked him for a autograph.
Really?
Oh yeah. I saw that happen more than once. Nice guy, real nice guy. But interesting. Well, what else we got going on? Then we skip a date, October 17th.
We don't have anyone scheduled for the 18th yet.
For now,
October 25th. I mentioned this briefly earlier, but maybe John Borack would agree that this guy is iconic in the world of power pop.
Don Mariani again?
Yeah.
Who's that? Yeah. Wow.
He's like, yeah.
We're having him on twice.
The main man of the Stems, the Some Loves, DM3. I mean, think about being in 3 bands that good. That's really incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, to be fair, and not to, I'm saying not to correct you, but I'm going to correct you. He wasn't really the main man of the Some Loves. That was more Daryl Mather. But anyway.
Okay. I suppose that's true.
But
Mhm.
yeah, a lot of great power pop stuff
It
he's
is.
involved in.
Daryl's
listening. I didn't want him to.
Daryl's brother Cotton put out some pretty good records.
Hey, new Cotton
little bit
Mather,
later.
Cotton Mather albums on the way. I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something to look forward to.
Oh,
yeah.
I suppose.
But I'll be. That's on the 25th/6th.
25th/26, because in Perth it'll be. Well, we're going to be doing that. We're going to be starting a little bit. I think 2 hours later to accommodate.
And I'll be live from Epcot there again, as I was 2 years ago. So once again, I'll be
Wow.
sitting behind one of those Indian cafes where the internet.
Why
is
don't
good.
you go to like one of the? Don't they have like a different worlds there? Why don't you
Yep.
go to like Australia World or something?
Oh, that would be.
That's
a good idea, John.
It would be.
Good idea. I will.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'll go live from Australia World. Wouldn't that
Or
be
whatever
something?
it's called. It's not called Australia World, obviously, but Down
No,
Under. I don't know.
I don't know what they call it. They might. Yeah.
But
could be.
Australia, that would be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, make it seem like we're both there. Put another
Right.
shrimp on the barbie. But yeah, we got a couple of great guests coming up in the next few weeks, and as always, we have some irons in the fire. Just talk. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. Just talked to somebody the other night.
Who was it? There was somebody I was thinking about yesterday, Mark, that I think you had possibly been speaking with, and I can't remember. Oh, we really should get Virginia Madsen. Were you speaking
yeah.
with her?
Yeah, but I was going back and forth with her a little bit. Yeah,
Oh, I hope you get her.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
Nah,
All right. Yeah,
nice.
go get her that way too. Why not?
Nah, she's a sweetheart. She's really nice.
Great
yeah, there's a few irons in the
Excellent
fire.
actress and yeah, very attractive woman.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But hey,
I don't
tonight's
know.
been a lot of fun.
Jim Stafford was pretty attractive. And you
Yeah,
got
Jim
what?
Stafford was great looking.
For an 80-year-old man, he was up there.
That was a lot of fun. That was a great episode. And you know what? If people miss that, of course, we always say you can check out the archives, materialissues.com over on YouTube or here on Facebook. Easy to watch the shows you've missed. Just join the group or subscribe. Right there it is, materialissues.com along the bottom. We'd love to have you. We'd love to. As Vanna is so nicely showing you there, we'd love to have you join and tell all your friends, because we've done 122 shows with this one tonight. So there's a lot of good TV, as they say out there on the internet.
The Roger Manning interview was great.
Yeah,
that
it
was a
was
lot
excellent.
of fun. Yeah, that could have gone on.
He was into it.
It could have gone on for 5 hours.
Yeah.
But one thing I forgot to post. There we go.
Thanks.
No,
This
Mark.
one I tried to wipe it from
Mark,
my memory. There,
Mark, let's do this again with a year that would be more in John's wheelhouse than mine, and see it.
All right.
I didn't do poorly. I mean,
He did not do poorly.
No, you didn't do poorly at all, and
not
I
sure
don't
how
think
good
I
I
would
did
do.
in
I don't think I would do
1977,
poorly in 1977, but I think you would beat me.
maybe 78 might be a little better.
All right, 78.
All right,
Let's do that.
78 it is. We'll
I'm not
do
up in my
this again.
Santa Esmeralda 1977 singles. So
Make sure you dig out the Joey
I'm sure I'll get a
Heatherton.
few points, but I won't win.
Remember,
I don't think I'll win. I mean, I might, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't count on it. The money's on John on that one.
Well, I think you both tonight need to go and pull out your copy of Pop That Thang
Yeah, totally
and
forgot.
review the Isley Brothers Pop That Thang.
David has that, but it's actually a magazine. It's not a record.
One of many, John. One of many.
Bump. He's here all night, folks.
Try the veal. Yeah.
Try the veal. Table 19, your pizza's ready. Oh, that's good.
All
Well,
right,
that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
This was a lot of fun.
Thank you,
And
John, for
having me.
hanging out with
Let's
us.
definitely
It's
do it
always-
again. Yeah.
Always a pleasure. And we'll see everybody next week for Fred Harris right here on Material Issues. It's been wonderful. Have a great night, everybody. Cheers, David.
Will
Cheers,
Fred's
John.
brother Ron be on also?
We'll give him a call.
Maybe Vic will show up.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stop right there. I could have gone on with that one, but we won't do it. Have a great night, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
Now,